guys, it's Andresa. So I wanted to make a video really quick in response to another video that I was watching, and it's actually by shellsmells1. I hope she doesn't mind. I'm just going to call her Michelle because it's a little bit easier. But she just made a video about 10 things you should know before considering weight loss surgery. And even though I do agree with her in a lot of ways, I really disagree with her in a lot of ways too. So even though she meant it to be a tag video, I kind of want to do like a video response first and then put a little tag twist on the end of it. So I'll try to make this short because I actually just made this video, but when I went to edit, it was 43 minutes long and I could not figure out where to cut at. So I just need to just make it shorter is basically what I need to do and not go into such detail as I did. But anyways, so again, so shellsmells1 did a video, 10 things you should know before considering weight loss surgery. And I did write down most of the things that she said. And then I just kind of want to share with you what she said and then give you my opinion on it. And as a disclosure, I in no way mean this to be mean or saying that she's wrong and I'm right at all. This is just, she's passionate about it and so am I, and we just, our opinions are completely different than normally. Okay, what am I trying to say? I obviously subscribe to her and I watch her videos and I love her videos and I love what she has to say. I respect what she has to say. I know that she is so passionate about her journey, and I think that she is an inspiration and she is a motivator, and she is somebody that if you're new or if you are, 5 years plus, I think that she is an awesome person to follow her journey. And I will put her link down below. I just want to get that out there because I really do disagree with some of the things that she says, and I want to share my opinion about it. So I just don't want there to be any ridicule because I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm just saying that our opinions are different. And that's what I love about this community. And I hope that more people make tag videos to her original or even video responses such as I'm doing. Okay, so anyways, I was a little confused by one of the first thing that she said. Well, she said pain was her number 10, which, I mean, to me, pain is a given. I mean, surgery, it's going to be painful. The next thing that she said confused me a little bit because if I understood her correctly, she said being fat shouldn't be the only reason why you have surgery or can't be the only reason why you want surgery. If that's the only reason that you want surgery, then either you shouldn't have it or you won't have it. I wasn't quite sure about that. But if she meant it as if being fat is the only reason, like you don't have any other medical reason or you don't have any medical issues or anything like that, then you shouldn't or you can't. I disagree with that because being fat was the number one reason why I wanted surgery. Every time I get to this part, I was bawling in my last video, so it's kind of a good thing that I have to redo it. When I get to this point, I get so emotional because I just wanted so badly to be able to do things with my kids. Go for a walk, ride a bike with my kids, go to the park and be able to stay at the park long enough for my kids to, enjoy the playground. Going to the state fair and ride rides with my kids. I was one of those unlucky, overweight people that tried to get on a ride and had 4 attendants trying to lock the thing down, and they were pushing on my stomach and they were just trying to get it locked. If they could just get it locked, I could stay on the ride. And then they finally had to say, sorry ma'am, we can't let you on. So I had to get off in front of everybody and watch my kids ride. I can't even imagine what my kids must have felt like. But being fat was my number one. Now, granted, I have asthma. They found out I had sleep apnea. And my doctor made a huge list of things that were wrong with me so I could get approved. So I did have other health conditions, but being fat was the main reason why. And I don't see that as being wrong or something I shouldn't be able to say. But anyways, that's just my opinion. There's some things that I agree with, or just things that it's neither here nor there. So I'm just not going to get into all of them. But the ones that I'm really passionately disagreeing on is the ones I want to mention. So she mentioned smokers. She said that smokers, you will never be able to smoke again, because they do a blood test on you, which is true. They did a blood test on me, but that doesn't mean that smokers won't start smoking again. You can't tell somebody who's not ready to quit smoking just like that. They have to want it bad enough to quit. I wanted the surgery bad enough. So I quit for the 2 weeks that I needed to quit. I quit longer than that. But I did go back because I wasn't ready. I'm not a smoker now. But when I had my surgery, I quit for the 2 weeks that they said I had to quit. I don't remember exactly how long I went. But I went back, and it was easy for me to go back. And I know quite a few people on YouTube that smoke. They don't announce it. I don't think I've ever heard them talk about it. But I see the signs, and I see stuff in the background that looks exactly like stuff that I would have, that I still have around my house. And it's no big deal. I don't care. I don't judge them for it. But to say that you'll never smoke again, I think that's that might be coming from a non-smoker. No offense. I don't know whether she smokes or not, or did smoke at any point in time. But it just sounds like somebody who doesn't know a smoker's brain, or how a smoker's brain could work. Moving on. She also talked about buffets. She said that you will never be able to go to a buffet again. And in second part, you will never be able to eat your favorite foods again. Let's start with the buffet. I fully disagree with that. I go to buffets, and I do fine. In fact, my doctor gave me a card that they laminated. And here's my doctor, bariatric surgeon. He's actually not a bariatric surgeon anymore. But he was my doctor at the time. Gave me this laminated card with my name on the back. And what this card says is, the bearer of this card, Andresa, has undergone surgery that makes it impossible to eat more than several ounces per meal. And when the office gave me this card, they also gave me a list of restaurants that will accept this card and give me a discount. And 90% of the restaurants on that list were buffets. Buffets in my area actually are really, really, really good about giving you a discount. There's a couple that only give you a senior citizen discount, which is like 50 cents off the adult regular price. So it's not, if we go to those places, I don't even bother. But for most of the buffets, they will give you, a child's price of a meal, you know, which really helps when you don't eat that much. But if not, then, you know, I just kind of suck it up. Sometimes I don't even whip out this card. I've kind of learned which ones are okay with it, which ones give me a hassle. I know Applebee's was on that list. I think Chili's was on the list too. It never hurts to ask. Denny's will do it once in a while. They'll let me do kids menu. Denny's actually lets me do senior citizen menu, which is cheaper. And senior citizen meals at Denny's, actually, they have half sizes, which really helps. Denny's will also, depending on the Denny's and depending on the people, even if they don't have a half size of something, like a sandwich, they will do a half size and give me a discount on it. So there's a lot of places, definitely including buffets, that will give you discounts. So just kind of letting you know. But, you know, I am 5.5 years post-op, so maybe a buffet wouldn't be smart for somebody who's only a year out. I don't know. I don't know. But, you know, buffets are also good because they actually have a lot more options, like with sugar-free desserts. Usually I pass on desserts, you know, for the most part. But once in a while, you know, if I'm kind of in the mood or whatever, you know, I like to have a dessert, because most of the time I don't get to have a dessert, because there's not a lot of places, a lot of restaurants that have, you know, a sugar-free dessert menu. Most restaurants only have a couple of options for desserts, let alone a sugar-free, you know, version. So if there is a version available, sometimes I get it just to get it, you know, not because I want it, but just to get it. But anyways, moving on. What else? Oh, the second part to that, that she says that you'll never be able to eat your favorite foods again. I completely disagree with that. She was talking about Thanksgiving and Christmas. You know, you won't be able to eat your favorite foods like that anymore. And that's actually the best time of year for me, because my family knows my restrictions. You know, they know I can't eat very much. And they know that, you know, if I want something, I'm going to eat just the part that I want, because that's all I have room for. Last Thanksgiving, I went over to family's house, and they actually made me a small little sugar-free pumpkin pie, all for me. Everybody had their big pumpkin pie and apple pie and whatever, and they actually made a small, and I'm going to put a link, I'll put a picture of it in right here. So yeah, so that small, and you saw the you saw the fork scrapings in it. That's actually all I could eat, because if you saw the picture, the plate behind or underneath the photo of the pumpkin pie, that was my plate, and I didn't eat that much. But I had some potato, and I had some turkey, and I forget now what was in that, stuffing. But anyways, you know, so I just eat smaller amounts. I eat smaller amounts, my portion size is very small, and I don't eat sugar. Those are the two biggest things, you know, the two biggest things. So saying that, you know, you can never eat your favorite foods again, that's, to me, that's a little harsh, because I guess it would depend on what your favorite foods are. But even if your favorite foods were like sugary stuff, there's like a sugar-free substitute for everything these days. That's what I'm loving. When I first had my gastric bypass, it was really hard to find sugar-free, no sugar added stuff. And that was only 5.5 years ago. I mean, it's come a long way since the day that I had my surgery. I'm telling you, there's so many more options for sugar-free or no sugar added things than there was when I had my surgery. I'm kind of jealous a little bit. But at least I get to partake in it now, so I really shouldn't complain. But yeah, no, I eat my favorites. I just don't eat much of it. Moving on from there. Oh, and the exercise. She says if you don't exercise and work out, you will fail. And that kind of hurt, because I don't exercise. I've tried. Exercise to me is like a diet. I've never been I've never been a successful exerciser. I've tried to get on that bandwagon. I started working out at a gym. I had a free private trainer. I still could have a free private trainer. I have just chosen that that's just not what I want to do. I've tried exercise programs with friends. I had a couple of friends who were overweight and they wanted to lose weight. I wanted to tone. So we would go walking out in the park for like an hour or so. And then when it got too hot, then we would start walking inside the mall. And we did that like twice a week. And then the third day, we would go to one of their houses and we would do 30 minutes of like arms or legs or something like that. And I just found that like, this is what I wanted to tone, but it was causing bigger muscles. Like this is a muscle from not exercising or working out. And if I were to like exercise and do stuff like this for like a week, I would be like big, like what's her face, Grill and Be Gone. I mean, she's amazing. She's got an awesome body, but I just don't like that on me. I don't know why, but I don't. Yeah, she rocks it. Okay, she totally rocks it. But yeah, for me, I don't like it. I don't know. I'm still having issues. All right. But anyways, so yeah, I love dancing. I love Zumba. And I even did Zumba last year, and I did it all summer long, and I'm hoping that I get to do it again this summer, because it's free for me during the summers, hopefully. We'll see. So I'd love to do that again, but it just really depends on balancing my home life with being able, having an opportunity to go when there is a class. So we'll see. But I don't feel like just because I don't work out that I'm going to fail at this. I hope I don't fail at this just because I don't work out. I mean, what a horrible thing to have gone through this 5.5 years, of my journey, just to find out that I'm going to end up failing one of these days because I'm not exercising. I mean, that would be horrible because I'm doing everything else right that I know of. I think I'm doing everything else right. So that would just be a real bummer that one thing, exercising, would make me fail. I hope not. I hope that I'm not one of those statistics where, a few years down the road or 10 years out, people are going to be pointing their fingers saying, I told you so. I told you, you should have been exercising. I hope that's not the case because it's just not in me to do it yet. And granted, I aspire to do some of these things. I watch people. I follow people like, Brooke, Crazy Running Mom, Julie, Khalif, all these runners that I watch. I'm just like blown away at all of them. I'm so inspired and so like in awe that they've done it, and I would love to. That would be one thing because I've always used my asthma, as an excuse. I can't do that because I have asthma. I can't run because I have asthma. I've always used my asthma as an excuse, and that is one thing that I've always wanted to do was be able to run, but I just haven't kicked myself in the butt to do it yet. But again, I just hope that doesn't make me a failure or make me to believe that I'm going to fail because I'm not exercising. I don't believe that that's true. I hope it's not true. Okay, what else? She also said if you're not happy before surgery, that you're not going to be happy after. Even though she said that, she technically wasn't fully happy before her surgery, but she's been working on it since. And I think that's more realistic to say than saying that if you're not happy before, you're not going to be happy after. Because I truly believe, and I've seen it, I've been watching for the last year people's weight loss journeys. I've seen where they were not happy at all before surgery, and they're learning to be happy after surgery. And it's amazing to watch that. It is really, that's another thing that's just absolutely inspiring to watch. So in my opinion, I do feel like you don't necessarily have to be happy before to be able to be happy in the end. I mean, there's some people that may have been completely miserable and completely, I just want to lose weight to be skinny and wear nice clothes, and then they have the surgery and then they do it. You know what I mean? And I just feel like that's okay. Like, they're doing it their way. I have to be completely honest. It's been this past year of me being on YouTube, it's been very intimidating to watch everybody, because it seems like, well, for me, everybody that I follow, now I don't follow everybody in the weight loss community. I find new people every day, and then make the choice whether I want to follow them or not. But I feel that everybody in the weight loss community kind of has set a standard of how a weight loss journey should go. And for the most part, pretty much everybody that I follow anyways kind of goes down that way of how the journey should go, from weigh-ins, exercising, protein shakes, and stuff like that. Now granted, a lot of that is what our surgeons told us to do, but I think that there's a lot more people out there that have done it differently from the beginning, that maybe didn't have the YouTube community there like me in their beginning stage. I didn't even think about weigh-ins. I didn't think about half of the stuff that you guys do. I think it's wonderful. I think it's great, especially so many people doing the same thing. You guys can be there for each other. But I didn't do that. So, it is very intimidating and very hard to live up to the standards of the YouTube weight loss community, if that makes any sense. I feel if you haven't been there from the get-go, it's really hard to find your place, you know what I mean, where you feel like you fit in and you can feel comfortable enough to share your experiences, because they are so different than so many people here on YouTube. And I do think that there's a lot of tough love that needs to happen, including me. If somebody sees or feels that I need some tough love, give it to me straight. Because if you wiggle around and you try to tell me in a nice way, I probably won't even understand it. You need to slap me upside the head with it. I take criticism. I take it for what it's worth, and if it's something that I feel that I can learn and grow from, I will grab it and hold on to it. If I feel that it's just rubbish, then I will politely move on with it. But anyways, I think I'm getting really off track here. There's a lot more that she said. I will link her video because I want you guys to kind of see where I'm coming from. And again, I hope that nobody takes this as a personal attack towards Michelle, because it is not at all. I truly, honestly respect her journey. I respect her opinion. I have nothing but love to put out there. But I do want to put my little take on her video. So I kind of didn't do really a tag on her video like she wanted. I kind of did a video response. So for my tag part of her video, I kind of want to just say that there's some things that I did before surgery. There's not 10 of them, but there's some things that I did before surgery that I have continued to do to today.